Hey, Rob here, and welcome to R&B Reviews. I'm continuing my review of horror movies, although I'm gonna be kind of breaking the rules today. Now, the movie that I'm gonna review today, it's not really a horror movie. It happens to have ghost in the title, but it's not a horror movie. It's more of a pirate movie. It's called Blackbeard's Ghost. It stars Peter Ustinov in the title role, and it also stars Dean Jones and Suzanne Pleshette. And it was released in 1968 by Disney Productions, and it's based off a book by Ben Stahl, although I've read the book, and the movie has very little to do with the book. But anyway, the movie follows Steve Walker, played by Dean Jones, who was a frequent actor in Disney live-action movies at the time. He arrives in the town of Godolphin to take the position of track coach at a local college. Of course, the track team is a bit of a sucky team. While he's staying at the historical Blackbeard's Inn, run by elderly descendants of the pirate's crew, Steve finds a spell that frees the cursed pirate from limbo since his death in 1718. The curse is he will be in limbo until he can perform one good deed. Well, it just so happens the inn is in trouble, and unless the ladies can come up with the money for the mortgage, a local gangster named Silky, who runs a popular dining establishment in town, is going to take over the property and turn it into a modern casino. And also, Steve is the only one who can see Blackbeard.
I'm a kind of a ghost, you know, caught twixt this world and the next, beholden to that spell which brings me to your eyes only.
You mean no one can see you except me?
That's about the shape of it, son. And that's why I'll be sailing alongside of you, see?
Now, Blackbeard's Ghost is not meant to be a sophisticated, smart comedy. It is a silly, family-friendly movie that I think can appeal to and be enjoyed by everyone of all ages. Now, I really like the look of the movie, including the sets, especially Blackbeard's Inn, which is made to look like the inside of a rustic pirate ship. The lighting and the sound I thought were good, but for the modern viewer, some of the special effects may seem a little out of date, but for me that was a minor problem. But what really makes the movie is the cast. Whether they are the leads or support, they bring great comedic timing to their performances. Richard Deacon plays Deacon Wheaton, who is of course the dean of the local college, and he was not in favor of continuing the college's track team, but he brings a great, remarkable dry delivery in his role. Elsa Lanchester is Mrs. Stowcroft, who is the leader of the Daughters of the Buccaneers, who are the old ladies that are running the inn, and while she is a little bit theatrical, she did bring great energy to her part. Suzanne Pleshette plays Professor Baker, who is in favor of saving the inn, and eventually becomes the love interest of Steve. Now, she doesn't really have a showy part, but I think she anchors the movie from the two leading characters. And the villain of the movie is played by Joby Baker. He plays the smooth, oily gangster Silky. And the movie is also peppered with character actors and former comedians from the 1930s and 40s who bring great bits to their minor roles. Now, since I watch movies from that period, it was great to see these old-timers pop in, at least for me. For example, there's Alan Carney, who plays the bartender at Silky's bar. Whenever Blackbeard takes a bottle off the counter, Carney has these great reactions. And same thing with rubber-legged stage comedian Gil Lamb, who played a waiter, again, at Silky's restaurant. He did a lot of pratfalls and slapstick in short comedies and features, and he does so again here. Other people that I recognized were Ned Glass and William Fawcett. And speaking of the leads, what about Dean Jones and Peter Ustinov? Well, Jones, I thought, had great facial reactions to the unusual situations he ends up going in. In the shots, for example, where he is talking to Blackbeard and the other characters can't see him do it, they were very well done. Like, he's talking to nothing there, and he's grabbing stuff from him, and then he's pretending to get pulled. The movement, everything was very well done. And I thought him and Pleshette had great chemistry together, but I thought he was excellent in the part. And with Peter Ustinov, if you're familiar with Peter Ustinov, you can expect him to bring a showy, over-the-top performance, which he does wonderfully. He does comedy very well, and he brings great energy as the drunkard, sly pirate, and I thought him and Jones had a great working chemistry together, and I really like the comparisons between these two characters. For example, Blackbeard drinks and Walker doesn't. Blackbeard is a hardy gambler and fighter, and Walker is skinny. He prefers sticking to the rules and not take any risks. While I enjoyed their performances, though, sometimes the two seemed to go into these who can outact the other, and this sometimes resulted in them shouting at each other and giving over-the-top performances. But I thought Blackbeard's Ghost was a pleasant, amusing, entertaining movie. It moved at a good pace. for the most part, although there is a segment where the track tournament where Blackbeard helps the loser Godolphin track team win. I thought that bit went on a little bit too long, but I thought the cast's acting made their characters well-rounded, and I thought it brought some laughs. Now, I enjoyed the movie and I do recommend it, but I do wonder if younger viewers will get into this movie or not. So if you have seen this movie or you've watched it with your family, what were some of their reactions? Or, feel free to leave those comments below. And you can check out some other movies, whether they're horror movies for Halloween or other movies that you can watch at home or see in the movie theater. Go ahead and post your comments below. Please like the video, and if you're interested, consider being a subscriber. Thank you very much for watching.